by yours truly, Greg Brooks Digital. And I wanted to talk about 7 things that I believe that if you can begin to apply in your life, they're going to begin to not only allow you to grow, but they're going to help you in that growth process. Now, the first thing that I want you to know is that you have to start to let it go. You see, I want you to begin to recognize that you can't live in the past. The past is the past, okay? And so as you begin to understand that, then I also want you to understand that you can never let a good day be ruined because of your bad yesterday. You see, what happened to you in the past and those things that you can't change should never dictate all of the thought process that you create the next day, in the next day, in the next day. And it shouldn't take away all of your joy. As one would have said, that in everything that you may lose, never allow it to destroy your spirit. And I would say that same thing. Now, when it comes to the second thing that I want you guys to be thinking of is the ability to ignore the naysayers. That's right, the ability to ignore the naysayers. We're talking about the people that say that you can't do it. You see, I don't want you to begin to listen to what other people say to you only. I want you to begin to understand that those are just their opinion. And I want you to accept that it is necessary that you embrace who you are. As you begin to understand those things that make you happy, it is only going to be based upon you being able to be empowered by the life that you want to live, the life that you have come to conclude. And that's going to be something that you all are going to be required to come to a conclusion on, no matter who you are, because we're all human beings. Now, the third thing is necessary because it gives everything in your life an opportunity to grow. And that third thing is simply give everything its own time. You see, it's often been said, and I've come to conclude that time does heal all wounds, but it truly does say that it sometimes says that that's on God's time. That's not on your time. That's a time that you can't put into definition. And when you begin to understand the spiritual thought process of time, then it has no constraints and it has no limitations, and there is an everlasting. And so I say that to say that with everything that it is that you may be going through, give it some time. Now, the fourth thing I want you to do is I want you to stop comparing yourself to other people. You see, the only person that you should try to beat in this game is the person that you were yesterday. The only thing that you should be trying to compare yourself to is what you used to be and the way in which you're working towards becoming those things that you want to be in your life. And as you begin to focus more energy there, it takes away from you losing energy, focusing on the things that maybe you can't control, but more importantly, aren't necessary for you to control. You see, when you try to defend or try to put yourself into a position where you have to protect everything that someone else says, it takes energy to do so. And that energy could go very well more so toward those things that you have going on the next day. So you never let your yesterday ruin your today. Now, the fifth thing I want you guys to understand is that you must stay calm under pressure. You see, some people maybe have acquired this skill. Some people have maybe felt that this is something that comes natural to them, but I can tell you right now that it's something that you can begin to learn today. You see, it's okay not to have it all together, but I want you to develop a plan. Stay with that plan and to begin to use that plan as a roadmap that allows you to be able to get to some place where you're going to know you're going to be. You see, when you begin to look at a dream or a vision of somebody that's been able to create something that they want, it's because they were able to also see something at the end. And so they were able to begin with the end in mind. And as you begin to understand those things that you're going to have to go through, I want you to begin right now to build up the necessary tools that are going to allow for you to be able to stay calm, that are going to allow for you to be able to not fold up under pressure. Now, number 6 is very, very important. Number 6 is one of the most important, and it's something that we talk about at Live Life Now 365 all the time, because it's necessary that we all begin to accept this, and that's it's on me. That's right, it's on me, it's on you. No, it's not your circumstances. No, it's not those things that you've been through. No, it's not those things that you're trying to change. It is exactly those things that you have the ability to begin to do right now. You see, only you are in charge of those thoughts that you think about on a consistent basis over and over and over and over again. And as you can begin to take back that authority that you have, which is the greatest gift, I believe, given to only mankind, which is the ability to control the mind. You see, I believe the Creator created us in a way that allowed for us to be able to be separated from a tree, only not in that of the oxygen or the nitrogen that we both exchange in order to be able to live, but rather the ability for us to be able to have that energy and information that gives us the necessary tools to adapt and grow in a way that gives us what we want. And that's the greatness that you have in your life. And I want you guys to begin to exude that as you go toward your daily life today, especially today on Thanksgiving. I'm going to wrap this up with number 7. And number 7 is the last one, but it's definitely not the least. It's not the one that I think one shouldn't try to do every day. And on this Thanksgiving, I think that it's necessary that we begin to try to do it even more. So as I talk to you, I make sure I do it, but it is to just smile. That's right. I want you to enjoy it while you still have it, because tomorrow's not promised. And I know a lot of people that are fighting for their lives right now. There are people in Afghanistan that have seen what war looks like, but there are people right now in Ukraine, in Russia, that are currently in the war. But there are people right now on the battlefields of America that are struggling in order to just pay their bills, to afford health care, or to be able to have the adequate enough insurance to take care of themselves. And it's necessary that we begin to understand that even in the midst of the battles that we may face, even in the midst of those things that we can't change, it is necessary that we begin to smile and have joy. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. And that's the joy that I want you to have today on this Thanksgiving. I want you to be able to exude the joy that this world didn't give, and it can't take it away. I love you guys right here at Live Life Now 365. I'm your host, Greg Brooks Digital. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you're in America, and all of our friends across the world. We really appreciate you for listening to our podcast, and I hope I've been able to give you something in your spirit that is definitely gonna last. I'll see you soon, guys. Have a great one.